So my name is Gray Mirseth, and I work as a trainer with Keshet. I'm also a rabbinical student. We're gonna get into various conversations as we get going, and this session will be guided by your interests and questions.
Keshet's mission is to work for a Jewish community where all of us, gay, lesbian, bisexual, transgender, and queer, can feel at home. The main way that Keshet works for institutional change is through training and consultation.
So in these trainings, I work with people from middle school to senior citizens. I find that my primary goal is to provoke a conversation. I tend to get people to talk about the distinctions between gender, sex, and sexuality. We bring in Jewish sources to illuminate how discussions of sexual and gender diversity are really in our tradition, and how our Jewish values of recognizing the divine image in every person really demand that we engage critically and generously with these issues.
I think it was important to bring in people from Keshet because this is what they do, and have experience leading these conversations, can answer questions that I can't necessarily answer, can anticipate questions.
So we just joined the synagogue, and part of the reason that we decided to become members was because of the unbelievable outreach that has been done by the leadership in the synagogue and in the community here that enabled us to feel like we could really invest in this community and try to help it grow, and also try to be partners together for some of the things that we're now encountering with our child who's gender creative.
Outcomes for transgender people had been thought to be fairly grim. Parental support, that communal support, has a tremendous buffering impact.
Every training that we provide is designed with the specific institution that we're working with in mind. And that said, I would say we have two main approaches. We want to engage the head, and we want to touch the heart. And then we want to humanize the issue, so it no longer remains an issue, but so that this becomes about people's lives, because that's what we're talking about. We're talking about people's lives.
The biggest comparison that I can give that really exemplifies the difference that we've felt at the school where Robbie attends daily and the synagogue is that at the synagogue, when Robbie started dressing in dresses and skirts, we immediately had members of the leadership here come up to us and say, I see that Robbie has been wearing dresses and skirts. How can we here help you? What do we need to do to support Robbie, to support you?
It's about the people in the room, but it's also about making a statement about who we are, that we would even have a program like this.
Coming into synagogues and other Jewish institutions is some of the most exciting and meaningful work that I get to do. And what is especially exciting about it is that Keshet has this national framework to be able to support trainers in going into institutions across the country.
Goldock Academy has always had a warm and tolerant student body, but we needed direction in actually creating a safe environment. We had momentum, but we needed guidance in helping to propel our school forward. Through training workshops and ongoing coaching, Keshet taught us how to be proactive rather than reactive. Keshet staff has provided us with numerous resources, and they're always available to answer a call or to help problem solve an issue. With Keshet's assistance, we've updated our school policies to make them more LGBTQ friendly. We've had parent education nights and faculty training.
A number of years ago, I was approached by one of our camper families. They wanted to talk about the possibilities of their daughter attending camp as a female. And when it was first broached, I really turned to Keshet to help me better understand what this means, what the impact will be on camp, and how do I educate camp, my board, the URJ. Keshet trained me, they trained our staff, and because of that, our staff even walked taller and prouder because of the work that we've done together.
Before Keshet, I didn't know that I could be Jewish and queer and keep my customs and traditions all at the same time. And thanks to Keshet, I found my way back to Judaism. I found my faith. I found the place that I was comfortable. And I'm much more connected to Judaism, even more so than before I came out, because thanks to Keshet, I found my connection to God and my connection to Judaism.
It is so important to me that these conversations happen at the institutional level and not just among groups of individuals. Jewishly, I think we miss out tremendously when diversity isn't addressed directly and openly. And gender diversity in particular brings this tremendous richness to human life. And it's in our sacred sources, it's in our lived experiences, and being able to address that within our Jewish institutions helps us live in a more fully expressed and dynamic way.
One of the things that I was thinking when we had our training with Keshet was that the way that we do our best faith work and our best belief work is in groups. It's not individual. We pray together. We don't pray alone. We pray in a minyan. Our primary form of holiness and transcendence happens in group settings. So that is what needs to happen around these things, is that they have to be, that if we support each other and we reach out to each other, that's the way that we are being most holy.